I don't know if y'all like what The Rock is cooking. From my gauge of these internets, wrestling fans are very, very picky eaters. And I don't know if you like what The Rock is cooking right now. I feel like you all are pushing the plate away from you. And majority of us are bringing the plate closer to us, and they're like, well, I'll just take a nibble while you explain to me what is all in this meal that you're cooking here. Because outside of The Rock roasting the Utah crowd, which was absolutely hilarious on SmackDown, the February 16th episode, which was yesterday, which was Friday. It got a little convoluted there, a little bit. Got a little convoluted. A lot of people got confused about what was getting cooked and handed to us to eat, because there's this thing called the Royal Rumble. And from my understanding, if you win the Royal Rumble, you get to pick who you want to fight on the grandest stage of them all, which is WrestleMania, right? And I've been watching this for a long time, and pretty much that's what it's been going on. Like, they really never deviated from that. Now, in Vince McMahon's era of wrestling, we wouldn't even gotten this. Vince would have just continued on and told us to fuck ourselves. Everybody would have been riled up and angry, and we would have got the Rock and Roman, and it would have been the end of it. Here we have Triple H's creative, and so Triple H heard you all riled up. What's going on? He can't come in here and take that from Cody. Cody did this and this, because we are used to a certain type of thing that the WWE has been doing traditionally, and they promote that tradition. And for someone like The Rock, who has not been around because he's an actor and he's selling liquor and he got the football thing and he got all these type of things, and when the boycott took place down to the Hollywood, I guess he figured, let me go back to where I'm comfortable. And he comes back to WWE because he knows we are always going to be here to cheer him on, feel nostalgic, people crying and caring like, oh, this is my child, and all this other bullshit. Until he doesn't get that there's a lot of people that are younger than me, which is, The Rock is my era of wrestling. He's not someone else's era of wrestling who's 20 years younger than me, right? Remember, I'm 42. The Rock is 51, 52 years old. He's the same age as my oldest sibling, which makes him a Gen Xer. And if he acts just like a Gen Xer. He acts like no one helped him get what he got. Everyone is making his life miserable. No one understands what he knows. Everybody's stupid, and he's just fantastic and super independent. That is what most Gen Xers act like. And The Rock, being 51, does not come off as 51's not old, but he comes off as a grandpa or like an uncle for some reason. I don't know. But the part where everyone is confused at is this spiel that he went on about Cody Rhodes. Let's listen a little bit.
Clear, my cousin Roman Reigns, the Universal Champion, beat Cody's ass last year at WrestleMania. He beat him. Cody lost the match, and now all of a sudden, Cody wants a rematch? That's his story? That's not how it works. I mean, think about it. You think about it right now. Think about how stupid that logic is. Think if you can apply that to sports. Hold on a second. I know you inbreds want to chant what, but sit there and shut your mouth and listen to The Rock.
So he said that's not how it works. In the world of wrestling, where you have to suspend your reality in order to enjoy some of the shit that they put on the plate for us to eat, some things just have to make sense to where I don't have to put this much thought process into it. That is how it works, Rock. You win the Royal Rumble, you go on to wrestle at WrestleMania, and you pick the champion you're choosing. When Seth Rollins comes in and is literally asking the opponent to fight him because he's just a better match, and he's trying to convince Cody and going through all of these things. It's bizarre. It's weird because you know something's wrong here. So now with Roman's logic, and he goes into this whole football analogy or basketball about the Utah Jazz, it just doesn't add up. It just doesn't add up, and in my opinion, I think that did take away from the overall impact this promo could have had. Now, he used the 49ers losing to the Kansas City Chiefs at the Super Bowl. Cool. But there is a process for the 49ers to get to the Super Bowl, just like the Kansas City Chiefs. And if the NFL deviated from that process, NFL watchers would be angry. So when you win the conference, right? When you win your conference, you usually go to the Super Bowl, if I'm correct. And correct me in the comments if I'm correct about that. When you win your conference or region, you go to the Super Bowl. That's how it works in college, right? I'm in Ohio, for example. If Ohio State wins their conference, they're usually in some type of pool to go to the big dance, which is the national championships. So I'm not really understanding how The Rock is trying to educate all of these inbreds in Utah when that wouldn't even happen in the NFL, because the NFL, quote, is not supposed to be predetermined, quote unquote, right? So The Rock said you got to scratch, fight, and get back to the top, which is technically what Cody did. Cody fought everything that was put in front of him, even if it didn't make sense. He's been in this whole vortex with Shinsuke, who I enjoy. He got it on with fucking Brock Lesnar. It's like once he lost that match with Roman, he had to come out and apologize because everybody was rooting for him. And like he fought his way back. The whole problem is, if you was going to do all this, you should have let The Rock come in at 30, him win the Royal Rumble, and him choosing The Rock, choosing Roman Reigns, and we would not really be having this type of hardcore pivot that apparently is going on. But when you cut a promo like this, it does make things convoluted, and it does not address really what your problem is. When The Rock could have just said, I'm here because I fucking want to be, and I'm going to do what the fuck I want. They should not have pivoted. They should have let The Rock fight with the fans. They should have let The Rock fight with the fans, have him go back and talk to people. Like, you could have done so much more with that little piece of confusion than what we got now. Because now I think it's even more confusion because this promo just did not take it where it needed to be took toward the end of the promo. Now, some people said that The Rock, when he said that he's going to do everything in his power to make sure Cody Rhodes walks out of WrestleMania a loser, pointed toward Roman Reigns. I didn't see that point. I even watched it back. He's not pointing at Roman Reigns at all, actually. That's just the camera angle, but whatever. I honestly think Cody's story should not even end at WrestleMania 41. I think Cody's story should continue. At WrestleMania 40, excuse me, I think it should actually continue because WWE got the crowd and the people so riled the fuck up behind this that they could push this out for at least another year. They could push this out for a whole nother year if they wanted to, which deep down, I think they're going to do. I really do. Ain't no way you got The Rock coming in to WrestleMania and joining the bloodline just for Roman to lose, unless there's this huge giant swerve that The Rock is going to be the one to cost Roman his championship, which would benefit The Rock how? And then I don't understand. You're worried about your blood legacy. You're not really caring about that championship. So it would make sense, in my opinion, for The Rock to make sure that Roman wins, turn Roman around, rock bottom him, and say, I'm about to take that belt off you, bitch, or whatever else you want to do with it. Because the match at the end of the day that The Rock wants is Roman versus The Rock. I think this promo was cool. It was fun for what it was, but I also think toward the end of the promo it got a little convoluted. But I'm gonna I'm gonna eat and enjoy the meal, because I'm not about to sit here and be pissed off like that. I'm enjoying the meal and where this roller coaster is about to go. I mean, I'm a damn clinical therapist. I am on a roller coaster every fucking day. So y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments about that promo, and hit me up on all platforms. Later.